When you're washing your dishes, you're just washing the dishes. When you're walking, you're just feeling your feet on the ground and just walking. By what a gut feeling you get, that flash of insight in the shower or the sudden solution that pops in your head out of nowhere is not random. What if it's a doorway to higher level of consciousness? A kind of God to your mind that you already have. In this video, we are going on a journey to explore the hidden science of that mind. We will see how a 100-year-old idea from psychologist Carl Jung is inspiring new questions in modern neuroscience. And more importantly, how you can tap into this incredible part of yourself and create abundance in your life. We all have had those moments. You're struggling with a problem, you hit a wall and finally give up and take a walk. Then, out of the blue, the answer just arrives. It feels like you figured it out and more like you downloaded it. That's your intuition or that weird nagging feeling to check on a friend only to find that they are going through a crisis and really needed you at the That's the gut feeling that seems to operate on a level beyond pure logic. For a very long time, we have just chalk these up to coincidence or your subconscious mind chewing on a problem in the background. But what if they are pointing to something deeper? What if they aren't just tricks of our rational brain, but signals from a more connected layer of our own consciousness? That's the mystery we are digging into. These intuitive leaps and creative breakthroughs really come. To start, we have to travel about a century back to the work of Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung. Jung was obsessed with the powerful recurring symbols he saw in the myths, dreams, and religions from every corner of the world. He couldn't figure out how ancient cultures, separated by oceans, millennia, could all tell the stories with such similar heroes, monsters, and themes. His answer was a game changer, the collective unconscious. Jung proposed beneath our personal conscious, all our private memories, feelings, there is a deeper shared layer. It described it as a psychic inheritance common to all humans. Think of it like a universal library of human experience we all born with. This library contains what he called as archetypes, primal pattern like the hero, the wise ender, the trickster, or the great mother, which pop up in stories everywhere because they resonate with fundamental human experience. Young believed this shared mental landscape was the source of our deepest instinct, our creative spirit, and our sense of divine. Young's theory gives us a map to a hidden layer of mind, but it also points toward an experience that many spiritual traditions have tried to name the superconscious. Now, you won't find superconscious in a standard neuroscience textbook. It's not a scientific form. It's not a scientific term, but a label for an experience. If your conscious mind is what you're focused on right now, and the subconscious is your personal hard drive of memories, the superconscious is the experience of tapping into a source of insight that feels like it comes from you. It comes from beyond you. This is the state people describe when they talk about the aha moments, not just recycling old ideas, but receiving something genuinely new. If it's the wellspring of radical scientific theory and world changing art, those who experience it often report to profound sense of peace, clarity, and oneness with the world, as if they're seeing the underlying connections behind everything. This is the feeling of God tier awareness, the part of you that simply knows without having to work it out. For decades, ideas like the collective unconscious were kept in the realm of philosophy because one couldn't prove that. But today, while neuroscience hasn't proven Young's theory yet, it's starting to map the brain activity that could explain why these experiences feel so real. Take intuition. Scientists now see it is not a magic, but as a very real process of rapid unconscious pattern recognition. Your brain is a supercomputer that constantly soaks up information below your conscious awareness. The gut feeling is often your brain recognizing a subtle pattern from past experiences and sending an alarm signal so fast it bypasses your logical mind. MRI studies show that these intuitive hit light up specific brain areas like orbifrontal cortex, which integrates sensory data with emotional feeling. Creative breakthroughs follow a similar Those aha moments, the eureka moments, usually happen when the brain is relaxed and unfocused, which allows it to form new and unusual connections between ideas you already have. And that is where the story is really getting wild. Some neuroscientists are curiously speculating about how Jung's archetypes might have a physical basis in the older subcortical parts of our brains, genetically inherited structures that evolved long before conscious thought. But on the absolute cutting edge, a few highly speculative theories are pushing the boundaries even further. The theories like orchestrated objective reduction proposed by physicists Roger Penrose and Stuart Hemroff suggest consciousness might come from quantum process happening inside the tiny structures of brain's neurons. This is a deeply controversial idea, and for a long time, most scientists argued the brain was too warm, wet, and noisy for such delicate quantum effects. However, some recent debated studies found preliminary evidence of quantum phenomena like entanglement, my favorite. It potentially is occurring in the brain. These findings are far from proving that our consciousness is connected to the universe, but crack open the door to possibilities that were once considered pure scientific fiction. So, how do we get better at hearing these deeper signals? How do we intentionally access this state of mind? The key is to practice quieting the static of your everyday thought. The most powerful tool is this, we all know, meditation. When you consistently calm the chatter in your head, the little voice, you create the quiet space needed for these deeper insights to bubble up to the surface. It's not just about relaxing, it's about creating a state of open receptivity. The second tool is focus due to use of affirmation. Again, we know this. This is more than just repeating a nice phrase for an affirmation to work. It has to be charged with genuine feeling and belief. When you repeat an affirmation with total conviction, you are aligning your own mental and emotional energy with the reality you want to experience in this lifetime. It's about learning to resonate with a new possibility. And finally, mindful presence. And that's your gateway. This just means bringing your full non judgmental attention to whatever you're doing right now. When you're washing your dishes, you're just washing the dishes. When you're walking, you're just feeling your feet on the ground and just walking. By pulling your attention out of anxieties about the past and the future and anchoring it in the now, you let go of your personal worries and open a direct line, the flow of insight. By practicing these, you are not learning a new skill. You are remembering how to access a part of you that always have been there. You're simply peeling back the layers of noise to reveal a mind that is mildly creative, deeply intuitive, and connected to something bigger than yourself. This journey from ancient wisdom to speculative science shows that our minds hold a far more potential than we are usually told. If you got some value from exploring these ideas, please hit that like button, subscribe button for more explorations into science, philosophy, and human potential in creating abundance in our life. Now, I want you to hear from you. Have you ever had one of these unexplainable moments? A gut feeling, a flash, or an insight, or a creative download? Share your story in the comments below. We have started by asking, what if you could tap into a higher awareness? We have seen how Carl Jung's ideas of shared collective unconscious offers a map to our deepest instincts and creativity. We also have seen how modern neuroscience is beginning to trace the outlines of these experiences in the brain, explaining intuition and creativity as complex, high speed processes of pattern recognition. The takeaway is both simple and incredible. Your mind is more than just a computer in your skull, it's a multi layered system with the ability to access profound creativity and insight. Those gut feeling, those sudden solution, they are not just noise, they are whispers from your God tier mind, inviting you to discover your vast potential you hold within yourself. The only question is, are you willing to listen?